Ready? All right, good evening. I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the David B. O'Malley College of Business Recognition of Excellence Award Ceremony. We are so excited that we were able to do something to celebrate our students in person this year. So thank you for coming. We are very excited that you are all here. If you would all please silence your cell phones. We are live streaming, so we don't want to have any disruptions. If you need to exit to use the restroom or anything during the ceremony, we would ask that you would go out through the top and then come downstairs. The bathrooms are in the back hallway on the first floor. So that being said, I am going to turn this over to the Dean of the O'Malley College of Business, Dr. Shannon Gibson.
This is the most people I've seen in front of me at once in a very long time. And I can't tell you how excited I am to be here in front of all of you and doing something that celebrates students and your achievements and what you accomplish throughout the year. The only disappointment I have with this entire issue is the fact that we couldn't be bigger, that we couldn't have your families and your friends, that we couldn't have all the scholarship recipients here. But what I do want you to know is that you, the best students, are the reason we, the faculty, love what we do. You are the ones that every day when we walk into the classroom challenge us, push us, never let us settle for mediocre or just calling it in. Believe it or not, we get tired too sometimes. You make us the best we can be. And for that, I want to applaud all of you and give you thanks for making our jobs better. One of the things that has been a fabulous part of my past year has been the opportunity to get to know so many of you. And for those of you who are graduating, if you haven't come by yet, please do. I love the opportunity to chat with you about where you're going, what's next, hear your story. And for those of you who will be back, that's okay too. Come by and see me. One of the silver linings of COVID has been the opportunity to spend more time with all of you. And I enjoy that. I like knowing what's going on and hearing what you're thinking and learning what I can do to make the college a better place for you and for the next generation of students that come. But enough about what I like. This is about what you've done and what you've accomplished. And I feel exceedingly fortunate to have alumni and sponsors for the O'Malley College of Business that are equally enthusiastic, engaged, and want to be part of bringing you the best education possible. And so tonight, we're all very honored to have our namesake, Mr. David B. O'Malley, here to offer words to you. I don't know what you know about Mr. O'Malley, so I'm going to share just a little bit of his bio. It's kind of funny. Mr. O'Malley began his life in Long Island, New York, if I understand that correctly, and he is not one of our alumni. As a matter of fact, he received his bachelor's degree in marketing from Florida Atlantic University down in Boca. So one of our competitors, which I like to poke that dean a little bit every once in a while because I can, which is nice. He also received a master's degree in financial services from the American College in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. He spent almost his entire life in the insurance industry. He began his life insurance career in 1968 as an agent, spent 24 years with Life of Virginia. Eventually, he found his way over to Ohio National Financial Services. He joined them in 1992 as executive vice president, later was elected president and chief operating officer in 1993, and ultimately became chairman, president, and chief executive officer in 1994. He retired as president and CEO in 2010, but according to him, he hasn't actually retired yet. He doesn't know the definition of that. It's what we were just talking about. And when you hear from him, you'll understand why. Some people just have an energy that doesn't allow them to sit back and swing a golf club. He's one of those people. In the area of aviation, David is co-founder of the Tri-State Warbird Museum. It's a historic aviation museum, and it has one of the largest collections of flyable World War II aircraft anywhere. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm waiting for the opportunity to get there and go see it. That's on my list. We just haven't had that yet. The museum opened in 2005, and I think it's one of the things that probably gives Mr. O'Malley the most joy and helps keep him busy, from what I gather talking with him. He's also an active pilot himself, holds an airline transport pilot license, instrument and multi-engine ratings, 6 different turbofan type ratings, and has logged well over 7,000 hours with 4,000 hours in turbine aircraft. I think what's coolest about his record as a pilot, however, is that he was awarded the Wright Brothers Masters Pilots Award by the FAA, which basically means he had flown in excess of 50 years without ever having an accident or an incident. That means he's pretty good at what he does, and that means piloting and business. I am, again, so happy and honored to have David here. Will you join me in welcoming him as he brings comments to you?
I think I can get away with taking this off. I'm 6 feet from anybody, and I've been vaccinated, so between the two of those. I'm really pleased to tell you that I see a screen here without my picture, because earlier on they said, this is what's going to be up there, and I wouldn't want to do that to you, so I'm happy to have just my name. Thank you all for letting me be here with you this evening. Shannon, thank you for your invitation. Shannon said I had my choice to do it virtually online or to come down and be with you, and that was an instant decision. So for me, this is an opportunity and a privilege, and I appreciate the chance to share a part of your evening, because those of you who are being recognized got here by doing some very hard work, some very good work, by bringing your intellectual capacity and your energy and your commitment focused together on a goal, and you accomplished it. So I congratulate you. And so for me, this is really a plus to be a part of this evening. 10 years ago, I never thought much about Embry-Riddle. I remember it from when I lived in South Florida. There was an Embry-Riddle name that was kind of washed out on a building, a hangar building of some sort. And that was about all I knew about Embry-Riddle until I bought property in Daytona. Riddle had moved here, so I became somewhat aware. It seemed like a worthwhile institution, and I've been flying for, as Shannon noted, 55 years, so aviation, which became my lifelong passion, connected to Embry-Riddle, caused me to be interested. A few years ago, I had the opportunity through a guy that I met who was my new attorney relationship here in town, had been the university's outside counsel, and he and I were talking. That led to lunch with John Johnson, who was then president. And before I knew what happened, I was on the board. And that was the beginning of a learning experience for me, because while I did a little bit of homework before I joined the board, I didn't really have a sense of what Embry-Riddle was about. I didn't understand the culture. I didn't know where the institution was really trying to go. And over the next few years, I began to be educated in that sense. And the more I learned, the more excited I got, the more interested I became. And so flash forward to about 3 or 4 years ago, the idea presented itself to have some discussions which led to them sticking my name on the building. But really what that means is that I made an investment in the university and in the business school. I'd like to share a little bit with you about my own journey, not to talk about me. If there's anything I like least, it's talking about me. I've known Peter for 25 or 30 years, and he can tell you that I don't like doing that. But some of my background and my journey have led to experiences which might be of interest and might be things that you can take from that and have it benefit you. I started as, sort of my life working as a young teenager out of high school, but that was about it. My family broke up. And so I found myself at 17 basically leaving home, and I had nothing. I didn't have a job, I didn't have education, and my mother gave me $100 when I left home. Now, the good news about $100 is then it was a fair amount of money. You could do something. Today, it doesn't last quite so long, but it's not a lot of money. I didn't have any place to sleep. So I did what I thought was a natural thing since I had had a paper out as a younger person. I went and got the Fort Lauderdale News, opened up to the classified section, found a room for rent, went and called on the lady who lived there, whose name was Mrs. Gruya, and I rented a room in her house for $15 a week. And then the next task was go find a job so I could continue to pay the rent. Finally, at about 22, I kind of grew up. And I figured out that if I was going to have anything in life worthwhile, I needed an education. So I started pursuing college. I got a 2-year degree from Broward Junior College. Now it's community college. I went to Florida Atlantic. I got a bachelor's degree. I ultimately got a master's degree. That was an interesting journey in that period of time because I worked full-time and I went to school full-time. I say I grew up at 22 with a lot of help from God because, and I know that's true because without his help, I wouldn't have made it to 22. I was a young man pursuing fun, and that sometimes doesn't lead to good things. During high school, I'd learned to fly. I took some of the money I earned from J.C. Penney's stockroom, a job I had there at $1.25 an hour, and took flying lessons. And that led to my passion for aviation, which has been kind of an acute disease for over 55 years. I've been blessed in many ways. I've had lots of fun experiences. All of that and all of that working time from the time I was 22 until the time I retired in 2010, I had 2 jobs, 2 employers, several jobs in those experiences. And generally, and while I had my fair setbacks and some failures, generally it was working pretty well and I was moving forward. What I learned is something you all have learned in working on your academic efforts, which lead to these recognitions this evening. And that is simply that having a goal, staying focused on that goal, being tenacious in its pursuit, not being distracted by anything, and by never letting circumstance get you down. We all experience failure and defeat, and the difference between winners and losers is simply the winners get back up. And so what brings you here tonight is a goal and a focus and a commitment, pursuit of that, and hard work. Lots and lots of hard work. When there are other things to do that are fun and more interesting, sometimes work beckons, and the inner strength to stay focused on that which is most important is the determinant between people who succeed and those who sort of want to be successes. So I encourage you to take that lesson from this. I worked with a lot of brilliant people. In my financial services profession, I was surrounded by actuaries. Actuaries, by kind of definition, are pretty smart. They're very, very studious. They're very thoughtful, but I outworked them all. And so they would kiddingly refer to me as the uncredentialed actuary in the building. But I learned to be able to speak their language and make the business work for them and for me and for our 57,000 distributors from the company I retired from. I share with those experiences with you merely because I want to illustrate that it is hard work and commitment that differentiates, and encourage you to not only congratulate you for what you did to be here, but encourage you to continue to pursue that. Shannon, again, thank you for the opportunity to be with you. This is my privilege and my honor, and I'm just pleased to be affiliated with this really great institution. Thank you all. I understand if you don't wear your mask, they shoot you, but I don't want to have that happen.
Thank you very much, Mr. O'Malley. We appreciate your being here and speaking with our students. So now we will move on to the awards and induction portion of the ceremony. We will be doing several college awards that we are awarding this evening: the Dottie Crawford Outstanding Freshman Award, the John P. Eberly Award, the Outstanding Graduate Student Award, Outstanding Student Service Award, Outstanding Graduate Assistant Award, Certified Management Accountant Scholarship Awards, and then we will induct our Business Eagle members and Delta Mu Delta members. So at this time, I would like to invite Dean Gibson and Ms. Foster to come up so that we can start with our awards. The first award of the evening is the Dottie Crawford Outstanding Freshman Award. This award recognizes a freshman who represents the O'Malley College of Business. They must have a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher, 30 hours or less of coursework at the end of the fall semester, which designates them as a freshman. Eligible students are considered from fall and spring semesters. The criteria considered is an essay answering the question, what have you done academically or otherwise makes you stand out from other O'Malley College of Business freshmen? Their activities, their work status, their scholarship, and their attitude. This award consists of an individual plaque and a monetary award. And this year's winner is Bailey Voorhees. We will be doing photos at the end of this event since it's a live stream. So as your name is called for different events, you'll come down and receive your award, but we will be doing photos at the end of the event. Congratulations, Bailey. I would now like to welcome up to the podium Dr. Jennifer Heimbaugh, the Undergraduate Program Coordinator and Assistant Professor of Management, Marketing, and Operations Department. She will announce the winners for the John P. Eberly Award.
Thank you, Shannon. It is my pleasure to announce a graduating student who has excelled and contributed to the O'Malley College of Business. Eligible students are both fall and spring semester with a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. The criteria is leadership, participation, and attitude. The award consists of an individual plaque and monetary award. The nominees are Asatu Fall, Tim Lowerwink, Rosanna Morales, and Hampus Rasmussen. And the winner is Tim Lowerwink.
Next, I would like to welcome up to the podium Dr. Jake O'Kale, the Graduate Program Coordinator, to announce the Outstanding Graduate Student Award.
Thank you, Ms. Sharon. The Outstanding Graduate Student Award recognizes a graduate student with a GPA of 3.7 or above. Eligible students are eligible students are for both fall and spring semesters of the last year. Other criteria include exceptional performance, extracurricular activities, leadership, community service, and professional development. The award consists of an individual plaque and monetary award, and the nominees for this year were Shak Budrow and Sri Venkat. And the winner is Shak Budrow.
Now I'd like to welcome up to the podium Dr. Anka Arnad, the Department Chair for Management, Marketing, and Operations Department, to announce the winners for the Outstanding Student Service Award.
Thank you, Sharon. It is my pleasure to award the Outstanding Student Service Award. It's recommended by members of the leadership team of the O'Malley College of Business. Eligible students are considered from both fall and spring semesters, and the specific criteria to be considered include student activities that support the mission of the college and a cumulative GPA of 2.5 or higher. The awards consist of an individual plaque and money. So the nominees for this Outstanding Student Service Award are Alexandria Cogdell, Soleil Guden, Valentin Kanchev, and Gianna Schuck. And the winners are Alexandria Cogdell and Soleil Guden. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Alexandria. Congratulations, Soleil. Now I'd like to welcome up to the podium Dr. Ahmed Abdelghani, the Associate Dean of Research, who will announce the winner for the Outstanding Graduate Student Assistant Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to announce the results of the Outstanding Graduate Assistant Award. This award recognizes a graduate student assistant who has gone over and above to help their professors. Eligible students are considered from both fall and spring semester. Criteria that's considered: applicant must be a MAC graduate assistant for a faculty member in the O'Malley College of Business. Nominee must be currently enrolled in the O'Malley College of Business as a full-time, degree-seeking graduate student. Nominee must have a cumulative GPA of 2.5 or higher. Award consists of an individual plaque and monetary award. The nominees for this year's Outstanding Graduate Assistant Award are Tim Lower Wink, Danny Matthew, Shringar Shamukwar, Ela Tobo, and the winner is Ela Tobo. Congratulations.
That concludes the college awards for this evening. We will move into the CMA accountant scholarship certificates and our inductions. So I would like to welcome down Professor John Ledgerwood and Dr. Bert Zard.
The Certified Management Scholarship Award is from the Institute of Management Accountants. And for those of you that are not familiar with the Institute of Management Accountants, it's an organization of over 100,000 accounting and financial professionals
predominantly here in the United States, but also in over 140 different countries. The scholarship value to our students is fairly significant. It's valued at about $2,500 to $3,000 per individual, and that will include entrance fees to the CMA program, an exam support package with retired exam questions and a glossary of terms, registration fees covering both parts of the CMA exam. It also provides the Wiley CMA Excel online test bank access for both exams for both parts for up to 2 years after accepting the scholarship. And it provides a scholarship for 3 years of membership in the Institute of Management Accountants whilst those students pursue their CMA certification. Why is this a useful scholarship to have? Well, those students that want to become accountants and financial professionals who will become certified, it gives them professional recognition. And in addition to that, of course, as most of you have got the monetary award tonight, it will provide you with an increase in your salary, and a fairly significant increase in salary. The Institute of Management Accountants do an annual salary survey, and as you can see from the slide, it will provide those students that pass the CMA exam with roughly a 1/3 higher compensation package than their colleagues that just have the degree. Professional certifications really do pay off. And this has been consistent year after year after year. And the most recent CMA salary survey noted there at the bottom of the slide shows that students or CMA between the ages of 20 and 29 years old will earn 37% more in total compensation than their non-CMA global colleagues. It's not easy to pass these professional certifications. Accounting is a very difficult area. So in order to get the benefits from this particular certification, I want to ask those of you students, how much an hour would you want to be paid to study? How many of you would study for $10 an hour? How about $20 an hour? How about $100 an hour? Okay, most hands are up there. How much do you think the hourly rate is for you to study and pass this certification? How much do you think the actual dollar value is per hour of study time? Give me a guess, anybody? $100? Most all of you will study for $100. Think it's a bit higher? I see some thumbs going up. $300. I have $300 on the front row. Anybody else? $1,500. What do you think? Who would study for $1,500 an hour? I mean, yeah, all of us. Come on. It's more than that. How about $1,743 per hour is the effective value of studying in increased earnings for this particular certification. And even as you get older, you get to that ripe old age of 34 years old, it's still worth $1,670 to you. You get up to 44 years old. Oh, we're talking serious age here now. Yeah, really. $1,313. And even when you're up in your late 50s, it's still worth $500 or $600 an hour. So these are valuable certifications. And I've got 4 students that have shown interest in becoming certified management accountants. And I'd like to congratulate each of these. In this particular award, everyone's a winner. Everybody gets the money. So Joel Almirandez, Ryan Kirby, Mr. Mukherjee, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today, and last but not least, Samantha Tiarina. I'd like to ask you all to come up and accept your scholarships from Dr. Zal.
Congratulations, Joel. Yep. Thank you. Congratulations. All right, congratulations. Thank you very much. Dr. Zarbel, have you stay? We will now be inducting our members into the Business Eagle and to the Delta Mu Delta program. So we'll start with Business Eagles. So if I could have Miss Sandy Oman and Dr. Angela Cheatham are going to come down. Dr. Cheatham will be presenting those of you with a pin, and Miss Oman will be presenting you with a certificate.
Okay. All right. So it's my pleasure to induct the Business Eagle students. In order to be inducted into the Business Eagles, for undergraduate students, one has to be a full-time student at the Daytona Beach campus, must be pursuing an undergraduate degree in one of our programs, specifically a business administration, an aviation business administration, or a minor in a business administration, marketing, air transportation, entrepreneurship, forensic accounting, finance, or supply chain management. The student or students must have a GPA of 3.0 or above. They must provide a letter of recommendation and the resume, and they must register with Career Services. For graduate students, one has to be, of course, a full-time student here on campus in Daytona Beach. They must be pursuing either an MBA, or a Master of Business Administration in Aviation Management, or an MSAF, a Master of Science in Aviation Finance. The students must have a cumulative GPA of 3.5. They also have to provide a letter of recommendation and the resume. They must have work experience, and they must have participated in an internship, and they also must be registered with Career Services. It's my pleasure to induct the following students to the Business Eagle program. So as I call your name, please come forward. Jack Bergsman. Jethro Gallo, who was not able to join us this evening. So congratulations to Jethro. Samer Marouche, who also could not join us this evening. So congratulations, Samer. Anna Zaumkessel. Congrats. And finally, Gary Wegener, who unfortunately couldn't be with us this evening also. But congratulations to Gary. That's it. Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to welcome down to the podium Dr. Farshida Zadian, who is the advisor for Delta Mu Delta.
Thank you, Shannon. Good evening. So Delta Mi Delta is the International Honor Society for business schools. And every year, we invite students who have the high GPA and are top 10% of their class to join this honor society. This evening, it is my pleasure to welcome 7 new members to Delta Mi Delta Honor Society. And I would like to invite the president of the Delta Mi Delta chapter, Ms. Amina Anarora, to join me in the podium for induction ceremony. I would also like to recognize 3 of the members who unfortunately could not be here in person with us, Mr. Jeremy Fraser, Mr. Bora Ansel, and Ms. Amanda Alvarez. Ms. Amina?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to announce the new member of Delta Mi Delta. I would like to acknowledge the new members of Delta Mi Delta. When I call your name, please come up to receive your Delta Mi Delta diploma from Dean Gibson, and please remain at the front until all members have been recognized and to take the Delta Mi Delta off. Mr. Jeremy Frazier, not being able to attend in person. Mrs. Sophia Gosteli. Mr. David Hapfi. Mrs. Amanda Alvarez Lamela, not being able to attend in person. Ms. Kyle Steiner. Miss Anna Soshokesal. And finally, Mr. Bora and Saul not being able to attend in person. And it's on the back of the packet. Okay.
So the induction ceremony requires you to give us the statement for joining the Delta Mi Delta. We would like to invite you to repeat after Ms. Amina.
and you guys can just. Yeah. I. Your name. State. Solemnly affirm to all those present and those who have preceded me that I will serve the society to the best of my ability. I will observe the society's bylaws and provide counsel and aid for my fellow members. In accepting membership into Delta Mi Delta, International Honor Society in Business Administration, I acknowledge the distinct honor that has been bestowed upon me. This pledge is evidence of my commitment to your fellowship.
Welcome, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. That concludes our awards and our induction. I'm going to have Dean Gibson come back up and have some closing remarks for us.
First, I just want to thank all of you for coming here tonight again. Whether you're students, faculty, or staff, it is the fellowship of this college that makes this college an amazing place to be. It is the relationships that are built. It is the support you give to one another. It is the lifelong network of colleagues that you're growing and building here that will sustain you through many, many years of your career. While sometimes it seems small and insignificant, things like induction into an honor society, being part of a group like Business Eagles, or even being recognized for the great service that many of you provide to our college on a day-to-day basis. These are things I think you'll look back on someday and remember fondly because they are hallmarks of being the best students in the O'Malley College of Business, and that is what you are. That also comes with a steep price tag because the price tag is the expectations we have for you are great. You are the best and we know what you're capable of, and we expect no less. So every day we hold up the bar a little bit higher, and every day you clear the bar by several inches, and you make us so proud. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, faculty, for supporting and driving them forward. These are the students that, as I said, we come and here for every day. I hope you take tonight. I hope your families were able to join us. For those of you who are part of our virtual audience, I hope you see how proud we are of our students and the great things they accomplish. They are what makes the O'Malley College of Business what it is. I would invite all of you to stay if you'd like. We can take pictures in front of the backdrop over there, and I believe there's a goodie for the students before you go. And I hope that next year you are in the position of being back as we do something bigger and grander and hopefully with even more people present. Good night, take care, stay healthy, go study for finals. I'll see you in a week.
Thank you, Dean Gibson. Thank you, Mr. O'Malley, for being our guest speaker. Thank you, faculty and staff, to the staff that helped put this event together. Teamwork makes the dream work, and we are blessed to be part of an amazing team in the O'Malley College of Business. So thank you to everybody that helped make this event a success for our students. And like I said, we have a sweet treat for you before you leave. Dean Gibson came in with the motto of educate, innovate, launch. And so we were able to put that on some cookies that we want you to take away this evening. So thank you all for being here with us, and thank you for celebrating our students with us.